trying. We can't. We need a studio. This is as close. This is fine. I mean, it's like either this or you can go pay like $2,000 for one of those like wonky studios like on Melrose. We can help your podcast brand.
That's such a. Let's talk about that,
dude. If you don't have having a podcast is now a requirement to work at PNC Bank. Like that's kind of where it's at, I feel like. So now there's a huge marketing opportunity. It's like, hey, you want a podcast, but you don't know how to do anything. So come to our little spot. We'll give these 2 cameras that cost $200. We'll charge you $1,000 for the hour. And
that's
now you look cool on LinkedIn. Everybody wins.
Who has? I was thinking about this.
Welcome to the show.
Oh, yeah,
subscribe.
Thanks, yeah.
Hell yeah, I did it this time, dude.
Yeah, subscribe.
Get on your.
Tell your friends. If you
get
hate
on your backs and ride.
What was that?
I don't know. Remember that?
You made that up?
No, it's like AC/DC.
Oh, okay.
No, it's Queen. God, this is stupid.
No. Okay. Well, okay. We should tell people. Tell your friends, and also if you hate watch the podcast, go tell your friends.
Yeah, dude. Like also, if you hate watch the podcast, for sure tell your friends about it or tweet at me.
Tweet. That's the best. Or if you have like a community, if we talk shit about some part of a community that you're in, we don't mean any disrespect, but go ahead and let's get in a Twitter fight.
I do mean disrespect. If you hold the bar while you play DDR, that's bitch shit.
Yeah.
So
we'll get into that. I want to go back to the podcast.
Yeah, let's
thing.
go. Yeah.
Okay, so I had a friend. They post. Okay, here's the. This could be a good ass segment, dude. LinkedIn is a bullshit factory.
LinkedIn is literally a factory of bullshit. You're right. It's just people circle jerking each other, just like
celebrating.
10 habits of creative types. Bitch, you work at a goddamn bowling alley. Like, why don't you chill the fuck out? Like, what? I hate LinkedIn.
It's worse than that because it's like, no, I do marketing for a entertainment company. I post Facebook stuff for a bowling alley. That's what it is.
I run a Facebook page for a bowling alley in the suburbs of Minnesota. LinkedIn's awful because it's just like I think even what you just said, I run marketing for music. I think that's even too specific for LinkedIn. Most of my LinkedIn feed is some chick who's just like, I perform data analytics measurement for a logistics / podcast music and you're like, wait, like Empire, and you're like, I don't.
What are you?
She's got like 4,000 connections, and I don't really get what it's like. Facebook for people who think they're better than Facebook, you know? I don't get it.
If you spend, I would say if you're on LinkedIn every day, you have no skills.
No, your skill is you're just trying to like market yourself. I've been on LinkedIn for 10 years and I've never once gotten a job from it. Not one time.
It's been okay. I'll tell you what. I can't say it's worthless because it's been pivotal in getting me jobs before.
Interesting.
But when I look at people, it's for me. It's a directory to see what this person do.
Yeah.
What he doing.
Yeah.
But when people are like posting. This dude,
that's what it is.
I've got stories.
You got to have so you have to have a LinkedIn to basically prove to people that you've had some kind of experience.
That's all.
Other than working at Subway, you know? But then what happens is people get on it. It's the people who I feel like it's people who are mostly looking for the work are the ones who are posting random shit all the time that no one needs to hear. What do you think?
It is. So it's that, but it's also people that are recruiters. Yeah. And I have stories.
Yeah.
And then there are also people that are trying to do sales for like software as a service, like business to business. So it's that.
Business to business.
And it's always and then so I have 2 stories.
Yeah.
There's the guy on LinkedIn that for his title, for his job is, dude, we're going in on LinkedIn.
It seems like you're going in on a specific guy, but either way,
I got guys, I got girls, I got.
Well, why don't you keep it to one? Give me.
I gotta go on all of them, but we can go slowly.
I would go fastly.
Okay.
Fastly.
That's definitely the name of a company on LinkedIn. For sure.
Fast.ly.
Fast.ly,
and they basically make its delivery for sex toys.
I hope so. I'll apply. Okay, so it's like the guy on Facebook who his job title is problem solver.
Oh, yeah.
Guy.
Yeah, dude, that's not good.
What do you do?
Yeah.
What value do you provide?
No, it's you know what? It's always these guys who work at a company and they're basically it's some marketing because marketing's the essential. Marketing's the catch-all term for just bullshit job title. You know what I mean?
I agree.
So it's like anything really goes in marketing. You know, because at the end of the day, all you have to do is tell people we're just trying to sell the brand, and that could be anything. It could be giving away stupid pens at a fake Comic-Con in a city that no one cares about. It could be spamming people on LinkedIn with, habits of creative serial killers. I don't know. Like the people on like here, it seems like the people who are like the people you're talking about, the problem solvers are really, they're just, they do solve problems, but they're problems that they created to inherently make themselves seem more valuable in their workplace.
They're problems that they created to justify their job.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the one.
What's your other story?
Okay. The other one is when someone's like, be coy when you're looking for a job on LinkedIn. Be like, I'm a software engineer. And then don't say, because there's no at this place. But when people put actively looking for work or actively looking for a new opportunity, desperate.
Ooh,
not a good look.
Interesting.
No, I think it's bad.
Listen, I don't play the LinkedIn game, but I did check that box. So I'm like, hey, listen. If you're a real business baller like me, you're always looking for new opportunities. Okay? So I checked the box and I was like, I don't know, maybe. Yeah, you're right though. It's like,
no, I'm sorry. What I meant, I didn't realize there even was a box.
No, it
check.
is desperate. I'm agreeing with you.
No, I'm saying some people on their job description, when they don't have a job, they'll write in text, actively looking for a new role.
That's not good.
It's not, dude. I'm like, be a little coy, dude. Play hard to get.
You got fired.
You got fired.
You got fired, and that's fine. I've never been fired, but
I have. And you bet your ass I didn't put. I mean, I've been laid off.
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say I got fired. It's fun to say you got fired though.
Yeah.
But don't put actively looking for a new opportunity, because then it makes you seem like I need a job stat. Yeah. I'll take anything.
Yeah.
You got a bowling alley? I'll post Facebook posts.
I'll work on I'll post graphics of bowling. Kids bowling like a 300, some 8-year-old little fat kid. I don't know. Like, listen, LinkedIn's a cesspool. I don't like looking at it.
The last one, it ties in with podcasts.
Yeah.
And just too many podcasts. Ours included, way too many. But this guy, it's this type of stuff. It's people posting about awards that they won that no one knew about. It's like, oh, I got the Tri-State Lake thing, like participation trophies for
I'm
adults.
the Great Lakes Regional Sales Marketer of the Year.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Like, this is
silver banner, not gold this year. I'm trying for gold.
Right.
Like, what? Like, it's sometimes
it didn't
you get
matter anyway. What color the banner was?
I swear to God, dude, as I move through this life, I'm starting to just, every time I see something like that, I'm like, dude, everyone is just in their own disillusioned world.
You're right.
Like, they're just everyone has just built this world of bullshit around them that they exist in and mosey through the town. Like, I don't understand it. Like, listening, I won awards for like a stupid news company that no one's ever heard of. I didn't put that shit on my resume because I know that no one's ever heard of a Rayme.
No.
Or a Rayme. R-A-Y-M-E.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Why would you ever post that on a resume?
If you didn't win an Oscar, the NBA Finals, the Super Bowl, or a Nobel
Series.
Peace Prize, don't talk about it. It's not
it.
a real award.
Yeah,
it's
I
a
agree.
fake ass award.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's really, I don't know what those are for. You get some plaque at like a company and they're, regional motivator of the month.
Yeah, shit like that.
The go-getter. I got a go-getter award.
It's that and
at
then
Check and Go.
The featured,
because I fucked over 40 people this month instead
bad.
of my quota of 30.
If you're a representative of a payday loan place and you're winning awards, you are a criminal,
bro. Did you ever see those commercials for that one? It was like a payday loan place, but it was run by these Native American fellows, and it would be like this Native American guy being like, I don't remember anything about the commercial, but he would have this one specific line. It's like Eagle Rock Lender or something like that. I swear to God, I know this sounds bad, but I promise you the name is not far from what I just said. But it was basically like a Native American guy being like, if you need cash, we can help you now.
$500 in your checking account by tomorrow, then Western Sky has cash to lend you.
And then, but I remember very specifically in this ad, he would always say this line. He's like,
yes, the money's expensive, but there's no collateral required, and you can keep the cost down by paying it back as fast as you can.
Wow, dude, that's a big line to cross. You're basically telling them up front, like, yeah, we're going to fuck you. But guess what?
You're desperate.
If you need bail,
yeah.
what are you going to do?
You can worry about paying us back
bitch.
later.
Yeah, that's a problem that you can solve later, but you can solve it.
There was a company like that. It might be the one, but they may have needed to put that in there for legal reasons because
it was that would be horrendously predatory.
I need to figure out what the name of that place was because it was something crazy. It was.
I remember the guys in like a little weird little like kind of terracotta suit, just like standing there being like, yes, the money's expensive. You're like, okay.
He's up front. You know it's expensive if he's calling it out. Because what it was, there was the fine print and the late fees on it. Dude, they were like astronomical percentages of what you're borrowing.
Insanely high.
Exactly. So it's basically like, okay, if you're getting a payday loan, you're desperate. I'm not judging. People come upon
You're kind of judging.
Desperate
this is
times.
the hole we dig ourselves in every week.
The thing is, most likely, if you need a payday loan, you're not making the next payment.
No, you're not. No, that's the whole point.
You found yourself in the position in the first place. It's not like, I'm about to come into a lot of money later.
No, nobody's getting these loans to being like, yeah, I just want to put a down payment on a house. Nope. It's like, no, you just got a DUI, and we're here to help you fight the legal process.
That's probably more. You need to pay your lawyer.
Yeah, you need a lawyer. That's 100% what it is all the time. Or IRS. They're squeezing
you just forgot about taxes.
I forgot to pay my taxes for 8 years, and now all of a sudden being audited.
Whatever that means.
Nobody knows.
Because I don't know. Because I haven't done taxes. I don't know how to do taxes. Therefore, I don't know what it means to be audited.
My mom kind of works in taxes to a degree, and the story she tells me about
negligent.
It's just negligence. It's straight up just businesses who are like, oh, I didn't know that we had to.
Just defaulting
you know what it is?
on.
Dude, it's these stupid millennial companies who, again, like have some kind of like board game shop / brew pub. You know what I mean?
Is that what it is? It's like small businesses, people that never learned how to do business.
They just don't know. And then all of a sudden they're doing it. And like, no, you need like an excise tax. You need a like regional, like a state, federal, like. It's crazy low-level tax shit that like no one would ever know of, but you just didn't hire the proper legal help, you know? So you were just missing out on all these, like, it's usually some low-level shit, but it's just people not paying attention.
That's what because that's what you don't realize when you start a business. You start making money and you're like, well, we keep our money. It's like, no, dude, that's not the you like. And also the funny thing is they'll buy equipment for their business and then they're like, oh, we can write it off our taxes. I'm like, you're not going to write off your taxes because you are going to forget to pay your taxes. So when it comes time to pay for your bread maker, you're like, oh, we get to write that off. I'm like, you don't get to write it off because you never gave a dime to the IRS. That comes off of that. You know?
Exactly, right? And then also, too, they're just like, oh, well, we bought it on eBay. I'm like, well, already out.
Yeah.
You didn't pay taxes on it? Good luck, buddy. It doesn't count, you know?
You don't pay taxes on eBay? I've never bought it. Well, I haven't bought anything on eBay in a long time.
I don't think
There's no sales tax on that?
I don't think so.
Really? Okay.
Pay shipping.
If you bought your bread maker on Craigslist, then don't tell nobody about it, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. I had that problem when I moved here because I was so stupid. I bought all this camera gear on like Craigslist, eBay, because that's where you buy it. No one's buying like camera gear brand new unless you're, a rich kid.
But it makes sense because basically your tax rebate, you just got your tax rebate by not reporting it and just buying it from a guy.
Yeah, essentially.
Because that's what's funny on Craigslist. I think we've talked about this, but on Craigslist, everyone's like buying and trade and stuff. That shit needs to be taxed.
No, I know.
You buy a pack of gum from a guy on Craigslist, you're supposed to pay taxes on it.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. It's like they then try to write it off like I did, and then you're like, and then I was like filling it out. I'm like, wait. No.
I didn't even pay taxes on this.
And then it's also my dumb ass. It's like, I'm going to write off all this stuff. But the reality is if you don't hit that like level of, what is like 12,500? That's like the most you, and it's like, I didn't buy that much shit, dude.
No. It's for real people starting businesses.
Yeah, it's for people who have their shit together and they're starting their own, Fast.ly franchise.
Yeah, which we need to start our own sex toy
basically
delivery.
Postmating dildos. Dude, can I tell you about a Postmate encounter I had last night? We got pizza from this place, and this lady showed up, and she rang the doorbell, and I got 2 doors to get outside. So now that I have to put a mask on before I go outside, I tack on an extra 5 seconds, 10 seconds, which in the world of like a doorbell ring is quite a large chunk of time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she rings the doorbell, and I'm getting my mask on. I go out there no less than 20, 25 seconds after she rings, and she's like gone. I'm like, what the hell? And I'm like, so I kind of like walk out on the sidewalk. I'm like looking around, and she's like getting back in her car with all my food. And it's been like 20 seconds. I'm like, is this chick just basically what? Like,
wait. Be honest with me. How many seconds?
20 to 25.
What's the max amount of seconds
you don't think
it could
that
have
I
been?
was sitting there stalking on the Postmates app, waiting to see the little fake car show up in front of my place? I was ready. I just had to put my mask on.
Okay.
Which took an extra couple seconds. So I get out there. She's like walking back into her car. I'm like, hey. I was like, I'm here. And she's like, oh shit. Like, and she like turns around. She's like, I don't know. Like, she's just got this food. I'm like, I think this is right. She's like, I think this is yours. I'm like, oh god, dude. Like this. She just has no idea. Like,
what do you mean?
I saw her in her car. She just had a bunch of food in the back, and she was real high and just had no idea what was going on.
Oh, really?
And her like boyfriend was driving the car, like a Mercedes, and she was like delivering all the food. I'm like, what's going on here? So she's like high as fuck, like going back to the car with my food. I'm like, hey, excuse me. And finally she gives it to me, and I'm like, I'm not on the sidewalk opening this shit. You know what I mean? So I just take the risk. I go back.
You didn't check?
No, of course not. So I go back inside.
Rookie, son.
Of course. Guess who didn't get a salad? Guess who ordered a salad, and it was not part of the group. So then, of course, I run back outside, and I'm like, maybe she's still here. I go to her car, and I'm like, hey, did you happen to have a salad in there? And she's like, oh, I thought this was the second order. I'm like, don't know what that means.
It doesn't matter to you.
Doesn't matter to me.
I don't know about no orders.
And she like gets the salad, and then she's like holding the salad in her lap. None of them are like wearing masks or anything, which is like they're in the car. I get it, but like, then she's just like basically taking forever to undo like the tie on the plastic bag, and she's just like reaching at it like 40 times trying to tie it. She's like, I don't know if this is yours or not, and she just like gives me the salad. I'm like, peace. So I just take this random salad, and then it was not the right salad.
It was a different salad.
Different salad.
A better salad than you ordered?
No, I didn't order it. It was just romaine lettuce and onions. I ain't eating that shit.
Oh, so
not
wait.
a Hobbit.
So you got a worse salad than the salad you ordered?
I guess so, yeah. Like
dude,
I said, it was hers. It wasn't mine.
Oh, it was your girl's.
Yeah.
So
I'm like, I don't.
you had no investment.
It was the most fucked up Postmates. Like, I wasn't mad. I'm at this point now. I can't even get mad about anything anymore. So I was just like,
dude. The thing,
I am like, okay.
You can't. The thing is, man,
can't do it.
You fucked up when you ordered Postmates.
I know, man.
That's the thing,
dude. I wanted. Here's how they. Can I tell you how they get at you? It's with these. They start giving you these crazy deals on restaurants. You'd be like 20% off or like free delivery or something like that, and you're like, well, fuck, man. If it's free delivery, I usually go pick it up. I always pretty much go pick it up.
You gotta pick it up. You gotta check the bag. You gotta see what's up.
I wasn't ordering this time. She was, and she got a deal, so she took it. And I'm like,
how much was the deal? Because it matters. Was it cheaper to get it delivered than to pick it up? That's the question. With tip.
Yes.
With tip?
No. Well, I don't know what she tipped this lady, so her order was all fucked up. But
this is what I'm saying.
It was cheaper.
You got the thing is,
I know,
nobody cares about your food more than you.
No, I know. That's what I always go pick it up.
You got to.
It's one of those times you do it. You lapse. I'm like, get it delivered, and then you're like, this is why I go pick it up.
That's it, man.
You know what? Let's have a little micro segment real quick. This brings up this whole yes on 20, this like Prop 22 thing that's going on in California. Essentially, like there's a legitimate chance that after this November election that there could be no Postmates, delivery services, any kind in California. Are you aware of this?
Prop 22 is the one where it's like, independent contractors as Postmates people. Okay,
exactly.
yeah.
So basically, California mandated that Postmates, Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, whatever, they mandated that those companies have to not label those drivers as contractors anymore and give them health insurance. Sounds like a good thing, right? We all want them to have health insurance. Here's the thing. Those companies make no money.
Right.
They're cash negative. They're completely in the red all the time. They cannot stay afloat. So, like, they got all these extensions. So, like, we can't do it. We can't give them health care in the first year. So, like, fine, we'll give you a 6-month extension, whatever. Then the judge came in and was like, no, we're not giving you another extension. They're like, okay, well, I guess we're just not going to deliver shit. And then they're like, okay, fine, we'll put it on the ballot. So then that's why you get issue 22. So the whole thing is, if it passes, then Uber Eats, all them, will be allowed to keep delivering.
Okay, so if the vote is no, it's basically workers' rights. So these workers are saying, hey, we want treated fairly. And then Uber says, hey, listen, if you want this, well, it's over. Yeah. Nobody's got a job because we can't afford it.
That's
They're
exactly what's going on. And by the way, it's not. Obviously, there are certain Postmates workers. I'm saying Postmates, but you know what I mean. Deliverers. Like, there's a huge fraction of them, obviously.
This includes Uber drivers, though, too, right?
No, I don't think so. Oh, actually, yeah,
I think it does. Man.
It does.
It's all the same.
That's why it's kind of so big. But the whole thing is, like, the state of California was the one they were like, only the state of California would have would allow a situation to happen where, like, hundreds of thousands of people lose their job just to prove a point that they should have health insurance.
Oh, for sure.
Only California would do something like that.
Well, that's the funny thing. If you see any ads for Vote Yes on Prop 22, it's all these motherfuckers that are driving everywhere saying, "Hey, man, vote yes. I'll figure out my own health insurance. I just need to keep driving this Civic so I can feed my family."
I know. I'm voting yes. I know they should get health insurance. Obviously, they should. But here's the deal. California's got a pretty good... California pretty much has the best version of Obamacare that you can have. I was on it for like a long-ass time. It's better than all those people losing their jobs.
That's what's going to happen. Poison, dude. That's the thing.
That's what happens when you're under the stranglehold of, like, capitalism, is you have all these companies who be like, fine, tell us we have to give them insurance.
Yeah.
Fuck off. We got the rest of the country we'll deliver to.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll deliver these fucking cold-ass spicy chicken nuggets from McDonald's to anywhere in this goddamn country. I don't need California.
You're starting to sound like John Berthoff right now.
Listen, dude, it's one of those, I'm a pretty liberal guy, but on this issue, I'm like, what are we doing? Like, you got to figure out it.
Well, even the drivers are like, what are we doing? Because they're like, guys, we're asking too much.
They should have health insurance, but like right now, you're basically putting a gun to my head, says either give them health insurance and they all get fired, or deny them health insurance and everybody keeps going as normal and they can come to your house and get your salad fucked up. I want them to have the right to go to my house and give me a salad that I did not order.
Yeah.
And give me attitude about it and kind of almost walk away with all of my food no less than 25 seconds after you rang my bell.
That's the
American way.
Postmates, I'm fine getting rid of because I don't want cold chicken wings. That's fine. I'm not interested. Never order them. Don't use Postmates. But, dude, if Lyft and Uber are gone,
you're fucked.
Dude, imagine how many drunk motherfuckers are going to be on the road.
I know, it would be insane.
It's gonna be a demolition derby.
Imagine how many restaurants would go out of business because they can't afford to pay anyone to deliver their food, and then no one's gonna come in and get it because everyone's lazy. So they'll just.
I'm more concerned.
Crazy. It's crazy. It's a crazy situation.
I didn't know. Okay, and then also, yeah. So what else is on the ballot? Prop 14, stem cell research in California.
I don't know what that's about.
We don't gotta do that one. But
no, nobody cares about that. We need to address the real issue here.
LinkedIn.
No, we're not talking about LinkedIn.
Okay.
We need to address this for like a brief second. I don't know if people give a shit, but we angered the DDR, the Dance Dance Revolution community.
Tell the story.
Essentially, you were out of town, so this is actually it's kind of fascinating how this happened. Like, truly. So if you listen week to week, basically we have the situation where I edit the podcast and I kind of Joey handles more of like posting the actual clips, making some graphics. I do like the video editing, right? Well, Joey went out of town this week, so I made some clips, and one of the clips I made was talking about how people who hold the bar while they play Dance Dance Revolution are kind of bitch ass posers, which I still believe. Well,
They're not dancers, is what we're saying.
They're not dancers. No, and that's what a lot of them seem to have the big thing of like, they're like, you're allowed to hold the bar. Konami says it's okay, that it's part of the rules. I'm like, dude, you're not.
Did they say that?
Yeah. Oh my God, I got a lot of those.
That's
messages.
so funny because Konami is. That's funny because I know I'm the guy.
Yeah.
I'm the fucking guy, and I know Konami makes DDR.
Yeah.
And I cannot believe they say it's okay to hold the. Are they DMing you this shit?
Yeah. Oh well, hold on. Let me get there. So anyway, Joey's out of town. I post these clips, and then I hashtagged Dance Dance Revolution DDR on Instagram.
Good move.
I think hashtags are stupid. I don't think they work, but I was like, I might as well do it. They work. They work because this fucking dork, listen, he had some name like Count Zofula or something like that. I just assumed he was an essential worker at Spirit Halloween, so I paid him no mind. But this motherfucker was blowing me up. And like, here's the thing. He posted a link to our episode saying how shitty we were, which got us like 400 views. It got
us 10 times the views we usually get. Easily 10 times more views because this guy tweeted it and was saying how awful we were, and he was saying that we basically said that people who played DDR are statutory rapists, which not exactly what I said, but he's not also, entirely wrong. It was a joke about that.
Either way.
It was, yeah.
So all of a sudden I wake up and I'm just getting blown up by these fucking dancers, for lack of a better word. I thought Trump supporters were the biggest pussies. It turns out it's the Dance Dance Revolution community. And here's the thing. I'm going to break it down for you this. I got a lot of mentions, a lot of messages. Here are the two issues they had. One was they had a problem that we said if you hold the bar, that you're kind of a bitch-ass loser and you're a cheater.
You have no rhythm.
And you have no rhythm and you can't really dance.
You're a fax machine.
Exactly. You're a fax machine, which I still believe. They had a problem with that. The main dude sent me this long-ass message. He's like, Konami says you can hold the bar, and it's been allowed in league play. And then a lot of them messaged me. They were like, bro, it's not 2001 anymore. And I peel off the layers of that sadness onion for a second, okay? He was can you imagine unironically messaging somebody you don't know who insulted a video game for children and then saying in your collective own little world of this game that no one pays mind to, being like, it's like the equivalent of someone walking in with like a perm now and be like, wow, what is this, 1972?
Right.
They were like, I'm like, hell, you can't hold the bar. Like, what is this, 2001?
It's...
What?
The fact of the matter was it was the fact that they thought we were flexing on them.
I know they saw it as like we were I was like, dude,
guys, we're just two dorks in a garage. I haven't played DDR. Well, I played DDR like 2 years ago, but they were looking at us like we were the judge during the executioner. We have no clout in the DDR community. So they
gave us some.
They gave us some.
They gave us all of it.
Guys,
really.
we're guys in a garage who don't play DDR.
No. Was that not
lives.
Abundantly clear? I could not have paid. We got so lucky. This was all worth it for one guy who tweeted, and I'm putting the tweet right there. He was like, holy shit, or something like that. He's like, wow, I could live. These guys are unironically drinking LaCroix and Bud Light seltzers, talking about how the only thing important in life is getting pussy. Ain't it, bro? Like, what? Ain't it?
That's just
description. I could not possibly pay for that kind of good publicity.
Yeah, if someone described our podcast as that, it'd be like, I'm proud of us because you're right.
You hit the nail on the head. We're champions. We party, we do drugs, and get pussy. That's how it goes. I'm sorry. Sorry. You can fucking tap around all day with your oranges and blues. Good luck. Tapping around to some song no one's even fucking heard of. Like,
some Captain Jack?
I don't know, dude.
Some Captain Jack, dude. That's the song. That's the big DDR3, the third mix. I play the game. And I also stand by the fact that women are impressed by Dance Dance Revolution. If you're really good at anything, women like it.
Of course.
So people are thinking we're calling these people dorks like they don't get action and that they can't attract a woman. Dude, if you're impressive at DDR, women like that. If you're drawing a crowd, that's men like that, women like that. If you're doing anything and you're executing it well, you're gonna have sex with somebody.
I know.
And that's cool.
I agree.
They're projecting this no pussy getting attitude.
And by the way,
I don't support it.
I totally agree. And when we say getting pussy, by the way, pussy doesn't mean literally vaginas. It just means pussy, dude. It means you're getting out there. Sometimes your pussy could be dick. Like, I don't know. Like, the bottom line is that you're out there trying to get it. And here's the thing. If
pussy is a metaphor for success in life.
Exactly. And here's the thing is if these DDR dorks actually tried to interact with women while they were dancing, it could pay off for them. But they aren't. So
I'm sure there are guys that clean up.
I bet they do. Well, okay, here's another thing. A lot of those people were telling me, like, well, this guy doesn't know that most of the DDR community is gay. You're right. I did not know that.
I didn't know that either.
Still will not take back
cool as
anything
shit.
I say. Way cooler than the people who were messaging me. You know who were messaging me? Gay people. It was a lot of weird looking kind of bro-y dudes.
Yeah.
Who also, and they all, by the way, all said the same thing. They were like, these guys act like the only thing that matters is getting pussy. None of them were like, no, we get pussy. None of them said that.
And that's the sad thing, because I'm like,
Yeah.
guys, you could leverage that for pussy, and
Yeah.
it's sad that you don't.
And I made you realize that you aren't doing that, which is whatever. Listen, the bottom.
Also, we are like if these people would just support the podcast, like I don't
They already
care.
did.
I feel no type of way. I know.
They already did.
I know, but if we could like leverage that, well, they're just not our demo.
I don't
I
care.
feel
It
no
was
type
just
of way.
fun. It was funny to have like a complete onslaught of engagement that, for once, we were not trying to get. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I know.
Like any podcast is just like trying to get. That's the whole game, right? You're just trying to get people to talk about your shit. And like this one, I was like, I had never expected. And again, this is not like huge numbers, but it was certainly a lot of members of a community were reaching out to me personally. And also, you were the one who brought up the bar. Like, that was the crazy thing. You were the one who said that if you hold the bar, it's kind of a bitch-ass move. And they still came after me.
Did they find you on Twitter?
Yeah, the guy found my Twitter page and added me directly. And then was sending me messages. And then here's the other thing. I don't know if anyone saw it, but one of the dudes, one of those fucking dorks, I guess, was the guy who took the photo we used of the people playing DDR.
I think he was full of.
He got all
horse
butthurt,
hockey.
so he sent me a message. He was like, you need to take this down. You didn't ask my permission. I'm like, you're right. I'm sorry. I fucking swiped this photo from Polygon.org article. I definitely did you a disservice by showing the photo on my podcast. I apologize, but I don't know. I just didn't expect it.
I did look them up, and I watched. There was one guy who was like super funny that was tweeting. There was one
Yeah.
guy. He was like, he said something like, I'm gonna go home and like spoon my anime body pillow.
Yeah, that guy was funny.
That guy, I was like, this guy gets it. This guy is like,
some of those people actually got it, and then they
it
were
ain't
like,
that serious, and
I
this is
know.
kind of funny.
I know, but no. Here's the thing: a lot of the main dude, and it seems like a lot of them are using Dance Dance Revolution was like their weight loss tool. You know what I mean?
I know tons of people that have shed pounds on that thing, man.
That's great, man. Like, lose weight however you want, but also, come on. You're going to burn a lot more calories if you're not holding that bar.
It's true.
I know that much.
It's true. Yo, for sure, because it's not. All right, we're done with this. Don't hold the bar.
I know. Who cares? It's just like
We need to find another community to upset.
the guy had the full arcade version of DDR in his apartment.
That's
Can you
dope.
imagine living under that guy? I would shoot him.
Oh.
I would shoot him dead if there was a guy above me. If I was just like after work trying to sleep and it's just like. And it's not even that. Not even in that rhythm. It's just like.
Yeah.
Tapping around with some guys dancing to the fucking Laura Croft theme song or some shit.
It wouldn't be that bad because the thing is, their weight isn't on their feet. It's on the bar. They ain't stomping around.
Point made, dude. That's for goddamn sure. I don't know.
Yeah. Are we done?
No, we're not done entirely, but it kind of got me to like this weird place. It kind of got me to this place where I was saying of like earlier how I just keep going back to this thing. I'm like, dude, everybody is just in their own world. Yeah. Like, we're so locked into our own world. It kind of makes everything else make more sense when you think about it that way.
Sure.
It's just, dude, when I was driving home from this shoot I had to go do yesterday, what if I told you I drove from Santa Ana to West Hollywood. What if I told you that I got hit by not one, but two different Trump rallies on the way home? I got
From
hit
Santa Ana to West
to
Hollywood.
West Hollywood. In Santa Ana, I got stopped by one of those like fucking parade of Trump flag trucks. You know what I mean? Have you seen these?
No.
This is a thing. It's like towns are doing these Trump drive-by like rallies almost, where it's like, 50, 100 people will get their trucks and put big Trump flags, and they'll just like drive coordinated like a convoy through whatever town they're going.
What are you on the 5?
No, I was in Santa Ana. I was like in the actual town. It's some surfer street. They're just driving around honking. So I'm driving. I flick them all off. I tell them, jerk off and come. I'm driving home. I get stopped by the one in Beverly Hills.
You got Trumpers in Bev Hills?
There was a Trump rally in Beverly Hills on Saturday, which if I can find the video, I'll play it. But someone posted this cringy. They did a version of like the YMCA, but it was like,
Young man, walk away from the hate. We're all human.
Oh, and the irony of the Village people.
yeah, the irony. Also, the irony of being in Beverly Hills, literally 3 miles away from the gayest place in America, which is also probably the most anti-Trump place in America.
You think the Bev Hills people were locals, or you think they infiltrated? And what did Bev Hills
The
look
real
like?
people of Beverly Hills would never be caught dead outside at any kind of public protest or event or gathering.
Well, what these people look like?
They were just like Midwesterners.
Were they on the street or were they in their cars?
They weren't from Beverly Hills, but Beverly Hills has now become like the safe haven for Trump people in LA. They're having like Trump rallies in Beverly Hills because they're all rich Republicans. Like people like to think that like rich people in LA are all like these fake, like kind of like white guilt liberals. You know what I mean? That are just older and they just like they would have voted for Kamala Harris as president, not even as a running mate. Like they were like, we want Kamala. No, it's not quite like that. There's a lot of Republicans in Beverly Hills, and a lot of them were driving by honking. Here's what I noticed: the people actually at the protests. Random Midwesterners, probably a lot of people from Orange County came up here to flex, I would bet. But people driving by in some like Bentleys and some Mercedes, not cool cars, like old white
Old
rich
money
cars,
cars,
old
yeah.
money cars. They were honking, and honestly, dude, I would love to tell you how like whack this rally was, but a lot of people were driving by honking, and I was like, God damn it, dude.
But that could be negative, honk.
No, they weren't. They were all cheering.
Posse honks?
They were posse honks. I could tell.
Wow. In
We're-
Bev Hills.
It's going to be a crazy month, dude. The president is...
Let's take bets. Let's on the air. Okay, one thing I want to bring up real quick on the Google Trends. I can send you the link.
Sure.
But
We'll put data here.
the thing most people are interested in right now, unemployment.
Yeah. How could you not be? People are people are literally Googling how to get unemployment.
I'm sure.
That's what the numbers.
That had a lot to do with it. But this is how you win, though. This is how you win the election. You start talking about sick-ass stimulus packages, people perk up.
But like they got one done. That's the crazy thing.
They got two
Here's
done.
the thing. I don't even like
I'm not
talking
trying to
about it.
Okay, what?
They didn't get two done. I mean, okay, you're right. They had PPP and like those small business loans and shit like that. But like
And then they extended
that first round of small business loans were complete horseshit, and no one who actually had a small business really got those. They went to like these whack ass companies, and
True.
I don't even like talking about it because it's so. I bet it did, dude. My parents applied for one 3-person company, denied.
Oh.
Guess who's still going to vote for Trump anyway?
For real?
Yeah, one of them. But one of them's probably going to go Trump. One of them's fully checked out. One of them's so checked out they can't even vote for Biden. They're just like,
They're just going to sit at home.
fucked.
Not going to
Dude,
get their sticker.
We actually have kind of a lot to talk about. There was a debate since our last podcast, and you know what's crazy is, listen, dude, that whole thing was completely unhinged, and obviously everyone
Didn't watch.
You saw the clips. You didn't even have to see the clips. You know what it was. You know what it was.
Not interested.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go in. I'm abandoning my party, and I'm gonna vote for Joe Biden. I don't want to hear about nothing else
Yeah.
because I don't give two shoes. I don't feel good about it. Go ahead. But
No,
I'll listen. You got to lead this.
I don't. There's nothing really to say. It was a complete unhinged thing. That's not like a point that anyone's made. But you know what's crazy, dude? Is people are like, after any kind of debate, it's like polls are showing that a majority of Americans think that Biden won the debate. I'm like, dude, what? What? We've talked about like the non-importance of polls before, but I'm like, dude, if you watched that debate, nobody won that thing. Like Joe Biden did not win that debate. Someone described it perfectly. It was like, we basically have here a steamroller without a driver and a Roomba stuck in the corner of an apartment. And
Is
that's
that how it
pretty
felt?
much, that's how, yeah, it was completely, I don't know. I don't even know what my point is here, but it's just seeing that Trump rally in Beverly Hills, I'm just like, never have I more been like, dude, I have no fucking idea what's going to happen. Literally, not even in a month from now, but like next week. I've never felt more like I have no idea what's going on or what's going to happen.
Do you think? All right, let's go on conspiracy. I don't think Trump's got coronavirus.
I don't think he does either.
I think
This
it's
is
all
bullshit.
I mean, right?
It's a win-win. He has everything to win by saying he has it. He has nothing to lose.
You think he's trying to distract people from the tax return stuff? The tax?
No, fuck no, dude. If he has it and beats it, he's a goddamn hero with a big ass dick. His fan base loves him even more.
Okay.
If he has it and beats it in 4 days, which people are saying he's getting out of the hospital tomorrow, Monday, then it's like, this shit's nothing. Why are we closing on the whole goddamn world for this?
You know what my take is? I think
He
he's
has
a bitch
nothing
ass
to-
for going to the hospital in the first place. Just tough it up, like most
Tough
of
it up,
America.
bro.
No respirator.
Exactly.
How about you just empathize for us? You
well,
know?
you know what the sad thing? You know what the really sad thing is that people on the left love to be like, "Ooh, it's karma." Like he got it, and like everyone's like, "Ooh, am I allowed to say that I wish he would
Hope he
die from it?"
dies.
Am I saying? I'm like, dude, you have
Every
no-
comic on everyone's Facebook.
God, dude. Everybody has the same take. Am I allowed to say I want him dead? And then there's comics like, yeah, I want him dead. I'm like, dude, again, not a power move here.
Yeah.
There are third grade teachers who are tweeting that they wish the president was dead. You are not interesting. Okay, got to reinforce that. But more so, it's just kind of sad to see people who are like, oh, it's karma. He's gonna get what he deserves. There's no such thing as karma. There's no karma. There's no justice.
There's no God.
There's no God. There are only drugs and pussy, and you can be involved.
And the pursuit thereof.
And the pursuit thereof, which may or may not lead to a laser tag arcade where you're stepping it out to Red Hot Chili Peppers dance remix.
It does not.
I don't know.
I do know. It does not.
But the amount of people who are basically, they're relishing this like karma effect. I'm like, dude, you think he's sitting there like, boy, did I learn my lesson. He's like, I should have treated it. You think there's this thing where they're all sitting there like, man, maybe we underplayed this virus. Maybe we got it all. Come on, dude. You're lost at sea. I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's just sad overall. It's just kind of a bummer. Like,
Dude, I can't
I don't
be.
think
I
he-
cannot. I can. I cannot be fucked with. My happiness. I refuse. I'm a good dude, but I refuse. A lot of times, dude. A lot of people. I feel like they're just getting off on this self-righteous indignation, where it's like everyone, like Trump being bad, is their warm blanket of blame cannot be pushed on me, and I am righteous because we have a president that is such a piece of shit. So their self-righteous indignation is this warm blanket of like defending them from anything possible that might be wrong in their life.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of it.
Yeah, they're
'cause-
like, I'm one of the good ones. Because as long as he exists and says horrendous shit, they can always say, yeah, but I'm on the other side. I'm one of the good ones. I fight for
Exactly.
equality, even though I drive a Mercedes and I laid off half my company this year.
Mm-hmm.
That we have robot dog walkers.
and I got a PPP loan and then just gave myself a fucking bonus.
I got a small business loan. I used to get an iPad.
That's all you buy?
Yeah, just an iPad.
That's-
and HuffPost Premium
That's what dude, that's what, for like ever.
forever. Yeah.
That's what's annoying to me is like everyone. I'm like, at the end of the day, y'all motherfuckers just complaining. Go burn a fucking government building down, or shut the fuck up.
Yeah, dude, I agree. I kind of agree with that. Throw a brick or shut the fuck up and stand down. You tweeting, about
You raising awareness. Go.
Yeah,
buy some. Get a can of gasoline.
Yeah.
and a book of matches.
Yeah,
and
go
start
do
the revolution, or just shut your goddamn mouth.
Your fucking debate notes that you're posting on LinkedIn aren't doing anybody a goddamn thing.
No, you encouraging people to vote in the hopes that you take the day off and don't vote, and that'll make up for it. No,
that's the worst. Oh, God,
people
you're
who
gonna
say
you're gonna
that
start
people
getting-
who are like, oh, go vote, and then Motherfuckers don't vote.
Yeah.
There are so many of those people that I'm like, somebody ain't voting.
Yeah.
Either this whole thing is
Yeah.
a sham.
Something's not right here. Wait a second. Drew Barrymore posted an Instagram photo telling everyone to vote, and he still won again. What?
Yeah.
No, clearly something's wrong. Okay, clearly there's a disconnect that no one's really addressing. Okay, people. Who do you think's not like who?
Dude,
Who's genuinely not voting? People
Dude.
who are people. There is a decent chunk of the population who are legitimately bona fide checked out, and they're like, I'm out.
Yes.
Both ways, completely disillusioned on both ways.
I'm gonna say that's 25% of people that who you ask, they're like, I don't want to talk about it. The reason they don't want to talk about it is because they don't want to be shamed about not being registered voters. Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's the percentage of we lost it.
There it is.
All right, we'll wrap it.
No, keep going.
Okay. I would say I'm going to say there's a solid 12% of people that are very outspoken on social media about how people should vote and that it's very important to vote and then might not even register.
Yeah.
Or might not actually get their ballot in, might say, and then in reality, if you try to
don't get the ballot but make no effort to get it replaced.
Dude, call someone out on their poll story. Be like, "Hey, how were the polls today?"
Yeah.
See what they say.
These are the people who basically they post 10 custom like graphics every day with some kind of social issue from Refinery 29, and then you're like, "Okay, yeah, so where'd you go vote today?" And they're like,
Where's your polling station?
it's the
It's elementary school.
It's the Target
/ apartment
Target
building
by my house.
Target. I think they sell. It's like an elementary school that sells tote bags,
and
but they were
dildos
was
for
the line long?
kids. Yeah.
It was long, but also short.
Yeah.
And I didn't fucking vote because I'm lazy.
I couldn't be bothered. I
Yeah.
can sit here and post graphics on my phone every day, but I cannot go to the mailbox and fill something out. That's the crazy thing about voting is that like here's the reality. All the elections before this many of them did not matter. And many of the elections after this one probably will not matter. But this one kind of does. We found ourselves in this weird cosmic corner that has been created where for once it kind of does matter. And I'm not saying that it's like, we have to get him out. Like I kind of think he should be gone. But here's the thing. It matters for both sides. It matters for both sides. And that's the thing that you can't forget.
Yeah.
That's literally the only argument I could make to vote is like this one time it kind of does. It will affect the direction of many things.
For dudes like us, it won't affect our lives.
Well, the sky is orange, bud. So you tell me, is it going to affect us? I mean, we can barely
You
breathe.
vote Biden, you think you vote Biden?
I think Biden, the only argument you could make to vote for Biden is that at the very least,
Sky turns blue.
At the very least, he'll defer judgment to other people who actually know what's going on. That's the only argument you could make.
I think he will. You know what? At the end of the day,
he doesn't care. He just wants to be up there. He wants to be Papa Joe, and he'll let a cabinet of people who believe what they believe call the shots. That's all you really vote for anymore.
Yeah. Honestly, I just don't think he'll incite violence. And at this point, what's crazy is that's all you can ask for.
That's literally all we're asking for, is this not to be the main thing people are talking about. God, wouldn't it be great if comedians had to go back to being funny? That's why you should vote. This is why we need to vote Trump out, is so comedians actually go back to being funny.